The purpose of this series of 5 questions is to encourage you to think about new approaches to improving your life. Using these questions may help you get out of a rut in which you keep trying the same approach over and over again with no improvement. Question 1. Is your life just as you want it to be? All of us want a better life. Even if we temporarily seem to have all we want, we quickly return to feeling that we're lacking something. For example, a movie star may have just won an Oscar. However, within a day or two, they will start being concerned about what they have to do to stay on top. John D. Rockefeller was asked, "How much money is enough?" He answered, "Just a bit more." If you answered no to question 1, you need to do something to change your life. This takes us to question 2. Do you believe that if you just try harder, you can make everything okay? If you answered yes, then the follow-up question is, did trying harder in the past make things okay? Did your efforts at trying harder create an enduring solution to your problems? If not, you need to consider whether you're likely to be successful next time if you redouble your efforts and try even harder. The attractiveness of just trying harder depends on how big the problems are in our life. When our life is going pretty well, we believe that by just trying a bit harder, we can close the remaining gaps. On the other hand, when our lives are in deep trouble, for example, we're out of work, we're facing divorce, bankruptcy looms, or we're threatened by serious illness. In these deeply troubled situations, the gap between where we are in life and where we want to be is so large that just trying harder does not seem to be a practical way out of our difficulty. People in deep trouble are more likely to be receptive to new approaches to solving their problems. If you answered no to question 2, then you're saying you are receptive to doing something different other than just trying harder. One reasonable alternative is to change who I rely upon to manage my problems. This takes us to question 3. Would your life be okay if somebody gave you perfect love? This question opens the possibility of relying on another person to meet my needs. Perfect love is something radical. It means a love that is, number 1, unlimited in its size and scope, a love big enough to cover any problems I have. Number 2, unconditional. I don't need to meet any goodness criteria in order to receive this love. I don't have to earn it or pay for it. Number 3, forever. This love will always cover me. It will never be taken away, not for any reason. A love smaller than perfect love could be better than nothing, but it will ultimately disappoint you. Being blanketed with overwhelming, perfect love can make our lives okay, even though we still have many problems. For example, we may have very little money, but if our home is filled with perfect love, then our home may still be full of joy. If health problems threaten us, then being surrounded and covered with perfect love may make the situation more tolerable. If you answered yes to question 3, then you need to find a source for the perfect love that you need. Let's proceed to question 4. Can you get somebody to give you perfect love if you try harder? Can I get the people in my life to provide this perfect love? Perhaps I can try to treat people better. Perhaps I can find different people to give me love. Unfortunately, trying to get people in my life to provide perfect love is never going to work. Other people are flawed, just like me. I could never supply perfect love to others. Therefore, how can I expect others to supply so great a thing as perfect love? If you answered no to question 4, then you need to look for a different source for the love you need, perhaps a radically different source. This takes us to question 5. Jesus offers the gift of perfect love. Will you accept it? At this point you may say, I'm not sure I believe in a supreme power or in Jesus Christ. How can I put my reliance on somebody I'm not sure I believe in? Do you have a better option? You've tried relying on yourself by trying harder, and it didn't work so well. Remember question 2? You tried relying on other people. Remember question 4. But that demand was beyond their capacity. I suggest at least looking at reliance on Jesus. Who is Jesus? Jesus was not just a nice guy. Jesus said he and God were one. John 10, verse 30. Either Jesus is who he says he is, or he is a complete fraud. Please consider the possibility that Jesus is in fact God. The benefits to you if he's telling the truth are great, and the loss if he is not is small. I suggest Googling Pascal's wager to understand the logic behind this choice. Jesus promised to give me perfect love if only I would believe in him. John 3, verse 16. No other founder of a major religion made such a promise. All I need to do is accept his perfect love. He does not require that I earn it by any efforts of my own. Jesus has done all the work. I only need to receive his gift. Does this seem to be too good to be true in this hard, mean world? Through Jesus, our eyes can be opened to a new world that is fundamentally better than the mean world to which we are so accustomed. I personally have felt the perfect love of Jesus. Through this experience, I received all the proof of who Jesus is that I need. Feeling the reality of his love is proof far beyond what I could get from any stack of books or statements from important people. The proof is personal, tangible, real. Just as I have felt his perfect love, I hope you can feel it also. Let's review what this perfect love provided by Jesus is. Number 1, it is unlimited. It comes from the Creator of the universe, so it can be big enough to cover all my needs. No matter how big my problems are, his perfect love is big enough to cover them. Number 2, his perfect love is unconditional. I don't have to try harder. I don't have to earn it. I don't have to do anything but believe in Jesus and accept his perfect love. Number 3, his perfect love is forever. I don't need to worry about him withdrawing his love if I do something bad. Nothing I do will make him love me more. Nothing I can do will make him love me less. This assurance gives me great peace. His perfect love continues beyond my life here on earth. Jesus says he will hold me in his loving arms forever. Even after I die, I will continue to live with him. I'm suggesting that you follow the person who offers you perfect love, Jesus. Accept a close, loving relationship with the person of Jesus. Jesus asks us to abide with him. We can do this by reading first the Gospel of John, then the other Gospels, and the broader New Testament. Jesus' own words, as recorded in the Gospels, will help us understand Jesus, who offers you and me perfect love in exchange for simply believing in him. I hope this discussion is helpful to you.